video, why do we do this, okay? And what I mean by that is, man, as I've been going through my walk with God, he's just been really teaching me some things, man. God just teaches you so much things that you thought, I don't know, that were so important before that are not even important anymore. And what I mean by this is, why do we place so much value on the things we have and on the more we can get and the more money we can make? Why do we do that? I was thinking about how I've been working since I was 16 years old. Excuse me, I had been working since I was 16 years old, right? Or was it 18? 18 years old, sorry, don't let me lie to you, 18 years old. And I had been working a full-time job for years and years and years, trying to acquire more things and better things and bigger things and you know, nice cars, nicer cell phones, you know, whatever it might be, better shoes, the most expensive things. But I wasted a lot of my life working, you know, going to the same job week after week, month after month, wasting 40 plus hours a week working a full-time job, trying to acquire more and more and more and more and more. And I was thinking, man, how much time I wasted, because I could have put all that time and that energy that I was putting in all of those hours going to a job that I basically hated to acquire more things that I could have been putting into the things that I was truly called for and the talents. You know, I might have come to Christ a lot sooner. I know that I came to Christ at a time that was perfect and the timing that was perfect for God. But you know, when you sit back and really think about it, or when I sat back and really thought about it, man, did I waste a lot of time. I might have been a lot further along than I am even now in my walk with Christ if I hadn't have spent so much time trying to acquire all these things. All these things that I don't even have anymore, to be honest with you. I don't even have all the things that I strived for, because God had to strip it away from me, but I gladly gave it up for God, for Christ. You know, I can honestly say I don't have anything I used to have back then that I worked for, that I worked so hard for. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? You know, I broke my back. I broke my back going to a job that I hated, multiple jobs. And every job that I got, I made more money. You know what I mean? Because that's what I wanted. I wanted to make more money, to get more things, and to take more vacations, or whatever it might have been that I was seeking for at the time. And I don't even have none of it. I don't have none of that stuff anymore. None of it. I don't have the car I used to have. I don't have the house I used to have. I don't have all the furniture I used to have. I don't have all the clothes I used to have, all the shoes. I don't have anything that I used to have from my previous life. I don't, when I was striving so hard to get it. What did I do that for? So God had to teach me a lesson. I was going after and seeking after the wrong things. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I don't recall Jesus ever boasting about the things he had, or about the shoes he was wearing, or about the hairstyle he was rocking, or the clothes he had on. Jesus didn't boast about these things. I don't even remember him even talking about these things at all. Jesus was all about the Father's business. He was all about spreading the gospel, healing. Why are we as Christians still concerned about these things? We need to be concerned about what Jesus is concerned about. So as I'm going through my Christian walk, and as God has helped me to break up with materialism and break up with the things of this world, I can honestly say, with all honesty, I can give up everything that I have for Christ, even now, even still, because I'm not attached to my things. Yes, I like my little things sitting around, and I have, you know, a nice bed and a nice little vehicle that I'm driving now and stuff, but I could give it all up for Christ. I could give it all up all over again for him, because I've had to do it several times now before. I want to be all about Jesus and all about what his causes are. I could care less about a candle sitting on my desk. You know what I mean, anymore. Paul didn't have a bed to sleep on half the time. He didn't care about what he had. When Paul was in prison, he had nothing. He had nothing. He was concerned about his salvation and spreading the gospel. That's what we should be concerned about. So what I'm trying to tell you is, break up with those things. Stop putting so much emphasis on your clothes and your shoes and what you have and what you don't have, and what you and what you're acquiring and what you're trying to work so hard to strive for to get. When you start a job, oh yeah, it's awesome, it's great, it's dandy, it's everything is great when you first start it, but then that awesomeness or that feeling that you had goes away. Believe me, it goes away. And when God calls you to do something, 9 times out of 10, I don't care what it is, if it's singing, crafting, if you're a preacher, a teacher, a apostle, you're going to be doing it for free. Because it's a gift that God gave to you, so you should be giving it as a gift to others. You should be giving it as a gift to others. As you can see, I'm not asking for money to teach to you guys. I don't have ads and all that stuff all over my YouTube channel trying to make money off of YouTube. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you, to spread the gospel, to teach you the gospel. And that's a free gift that God has given to me. So I'm trying to give it freely to you. That's what Paul did. That's what Jesus did. He gave his gifts freely, expecting nothing in return. Not even for you to boast about him. When Jesus healed somebody, he always told the people, don't spread around what I just did today. Because he didn't want to make a reputation for himself. He didn't want to be a celebrity, even though it was naturally he was, and because people had hope. That's what he spread around, hope. People had hope in Jesus. So they naturally wanted to follow Jesus around because they wanted a piece of that hope that he was spreading around. So that's what you should be spreading around. When you get a talent, when you know your talent, usually 9 times out of 10, you're going to be doing it for free. The moment you desire money for it, Paul says that's the root to all evil. It will plunge you into the ground. I think that's in 2 Timothy or 1 Timothy, where he talks about money, the love of money. That's the quickest way for you to lose your salvation as well. People have lost their soul, their salvation over money and greed. Don't do it. Prayerfully be seeking God on how he wants you to, how to use you, and how he wants to use you. And really seek him if he wants you to get paid for it. Many have sold their soul to Lucifer, their talents, for that money, for that cash, for those things, for those clothes, for that fame. And many have also lost their lives to drugs and addiction. Many are tormented. They may look all candid on camera, but you best believe those people are tormented, tortured. It's not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it. Things are not worth it. I can't say that enough. And it's a lesson that I've had to be taught over and over again. It took me several times losing things for me to realize I don't need it. This is what God is trying to teach me. I don't need these things, nor do I even desire to want them more than I want anything else. I don't need them. So we need to break away from this, guys. We need to break away from this. Don't let those things that sit on your shelf collecting dust, that car that can break down at any moment, that house that collects dust, don't let those things deter you away from God. Don't let it happen. When you die, you cannot take any of these things with you. You have to leave them all behind for somebody else to have. That's in Ecclesiastes. Read that. I mean, it's sad what people are doing in order to acquire more. It was sad in my own life. I was willing to sell my soul for a $300 and something car payment to have a nice vehicle to drive around, for people that I don't even know to see me in. You think those people cared? They saw me for a glance. Those people don't care to show off in front of my family members, or whatever the reason might have been that I wanted to have that nice fancy car for, that I was paying an arm and a leg for. It doesn't matter. When you come to Christ, it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is the gospel. What matters is the body of Christ. What matters is saving souls, bringing others to their salvation, bringing others to the realization that they have hope, they have a Savior, they have God, and they have something that God has called them to. That's what matters, guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. And listen to me when I say this. Things are just not worth it in the end. Money is just not worth it in the end. It's a piece of paper. It's a piece of green paper. Money can be crumbled up, burned up, stomped on, trampled on. Money is perishable. But are you? Is your soul perishable? Is it worth it for you to perish? For you to go to hell for the rest of your life? For you to burn in the lake of fire? For you to live the second death and burn in the lake of fire forever? Is it worth it? You gotta ask yourself these questions. Love you guys. Bye-bye.